The first thing to stop tolerating is unsolicited advice about your health. As you get older, it seems everyone from your neighbor to your niece has an opinion on what you should eat, what supplements you should take, or what kind of exercise you should do. While these people often have good intentions, allowing this advice to overwhelm you can lead to anxiety, confusion, and a lack of trust in your own body. You've earned the right to make your own health decisions, and more importantly, to trust the guidance of your own doctor. You've spent a lifetime learning what works for your body, and the most important voice in your health journey should be your own and your physician's. So the next time a well-meaning person offers you a cure for something, a simple, firm thank you, but I'm handling that with my doctor, is a complete sentence. No need to explain or justify. You're setting a boundary, not a debate. I once met a woman named Susan, 78, who was constantly being told by her friends and family to try different diets and herbal remedies for her arthritis. The pressure was making her feel more stressed than the pain itself. After a conversation, she decided to stop tolerating it. The next time someone tried to push a new supplement on her, she just smiled and said, "That's kind of you, but I'm sticking to my doctor's plan." The person was a little surprised, but the conversation ended. Susan told me she felt a sense of relief she hadn't felt in years. Your health journey is your own, and you have the right to protect it from outside noise. Thing number 2. Being made to feel guilty for saying no. The second thing to stop tolerating is being made to feel guilty for saying no. At this stage of life, your time and energy are sacred. You've spent decades fulfilling obligations, raising children, working, caring for others. Now, your time is your own. But some people, often without realizing it, will pressure you to say yes to requests that you simply don't have the energy for. They might say, "But it's just for an hour," or "We'll be so disappointed if you don't come." Learning to say no is not selfish. It is a vital act of self-preservation. Your peace of mind and physical energy are non-negotiable. You don't need to give a long explanation. A simple, "I'm so sorry but I can't," is all that is required. If they push back with guilt, remember that their disappointment is their responsibility to manage, not yours. You are not a disappointment for wanting to rest, to be alone, or to do something else entirely. I remember a man named Arthur, 75, whose children would constantly ask him to babysit their kids, sometimes with only a few hours' notice. He loved his grandkids, but the last-minute requests exhausted him. He felt guilty saying no. But after a fall that left him with a bruised hip, he realized he had to set a boundary. He sat his kids down and explained that he could help, but only if they planned it in advance. The kids understood, and his guilt went away. Saying no to a request is saying yes to yourself. You have earned the right to choose what fills your days. Thing number 3. People who dismiss your feelings. The third thing you should no longer tolerate is people who dismiss your feelings. This can be one of the most painful things to experience. Someone might say, "You're overreacting, you're being too sensitive," or "You should just get over it." When people invalidate your feelings, they are telling you that your emotional experience doesn't matter. And that's simply not true. Your feelings are valid. They are the result of a lifetime of experiences. You have the right to be sad, angry, happy, or scared. You are not a child who needs to be told how to feel. If someone is consistently making you feel unheard or dismissed, it might be time to put some distance between you and that person. True connection comes from empathy and respect, and that means respecting another person's emotional reality, even if you don't understand it. I once spoke with a woman named Margaret, 80, whose daughter would constantly tell her she was being too dramatic about a health scare. Margaret felt hurt and alone. After our conversation, she decided to tell her daughter, "When you tell me I'm being dramatic, it makes me feel like my feelings don't matter. Please don't do that." It was a difficult conversation, but it was honest. Her daughter apologized and made an effort to listen more. You are worthy of being heard and understood. Thing number 4. A. Lack of effort in relationships. Visual animated graphic of a one-sided seesaw, with a person on one side and an empty space on the other. Text overlay. Thing number 4. A lack of effort in relationships. The fourth thing you should stop tolerating is a lack of effort in your relationships. By now, you know which relationships are one-sided. You're always the one to call, the one to initiate a get-together, or the one to send a card. You've given so much of yourself over the years, and your time is too precious to spend chasing after people who can't meet you halfway. True friendship and love are a two-way street. Your energy is a limited resource, and you have the right to invest it in people who reciprocate. Letting go of a one-sided relationship isn't about being petty. It's about making space for people who genuinely want to be in your life. You deserve relationships that feel nourishing, not draining. I knew a man named Henry, 74, who was always the one to call his childhood friends. For years, he kept their friendships alive by himself. But after a medical scare, he realized he hadn't received a single call from any of them. He decided to stop calling and see what happened. After a month of silence, he felt a strange sense of relief. He used that time to reconnect with a neighbor who truly valued his company, and their new friendship blossomed. You've done enough chasing. It's okay to let go of the rope. Thing number 5. Being left out or ignored. Fifth and final thing to stop tolerating is being left out or ignored. This can happen in family dynamics or social circles where people start to treat you as if you're invisible. They might talk over you, make plans without you, or simply forget to include you in conversations. This can be incredibly painful and damaging to your sense of self-worth. You are not invisible. Your thoughts, stories, and presence are just as valuable as anyone else's. Instead of suffering in silence, it's important to speak up. A simple, "Excuse me, I'd like to finish my thought," or "I would love to be included in that," can be a powerful act of self-respect. If you are consistently being ignored, it may be a sign that you need to spend less time with that group and more time with people who truly see and value you. Carol, 77, told me how her family would often make plans for holidays without including her in the conversation. She felt forgotten. Finally, she called her daughter and said, "I know you all love me, but when you make plans without including me, it makes me feel invisible. I want to be a part of the conversation." Her daughter hadn't realized the hurt she was causing and immediately apologized. Speaking up brought Carol back into the fold and reminded her family that she was still a vibrant, essential part of their lives. You deserve to be seen and to feel like you belong. Final thoughts. Why boundaries are a form of self-respect at this point in life. You've earned more than just comfort. You've earned clarity. And sometimes clarity means stopping long enough to notice the things we've been doing out of habit, fear, or a sense of obligation. Each of the points we've talked about today may have seemed small on their own, but when they pile up, they shape the kind of life you wake up to every morning. If you're between 65 and 80, it's not too late to shift gears. In fact, this may be the perfect time. You see, getting older doesn't mean you're set in your ways. It means you've got wisdom. Hey, wisdom means the ability to reflect, adapt, and grow. So when we talk about quitting these things, we're not pointing fingers. We're shining a light on those habits that quietly steal your energy, your confidence, and your joy. And once you can see them clearly, you can do something about them. We all carry invisible habits that weigh us down more than we realize. But you don't have to carry them forever. The moment you recognize one, you can set it down and walk a little lighter. And when you do, something shifts. You smile more, you breathe easier, you sleep better. You begin to remember what it feels like to enjoy life instead of just getting through it. So ask yourself, Which one of these things have I been tolerating, thinking it didn't matter? And what would happen if I finally let it go? That's simple. Awareness, that moment of honesty, is how freedom begins. You've got so much life left to live. Don't let outdated habits, beliefs, or pride steal even a minute of it. You're not alone on this journey. There are others just like you, wise, thoughtful, and ready to take the next step toward a better, lighter, more joyful life. And we're here to walk beside you, one decision at a time. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.